I'm Colin Adams. I'm the Director of Commercialisation for the School of Informatics here in Edinburgh. Informatics is the science of information. It's really about how we create, manipulate, store information. And that really is at the heart of most of information technology. It's the backbone of what is the knowledge economy, and that pervades into just about every part of business, society, and certainly into academia. It also is something that goes into creative industries. I mean, the whole games industry, computer games and things like that are fundamentally based on good informatics activities. Edinburgh is one of the top 4 or 5 centres for this activity worldwide, and this is a very competitive market.
The reason I wanted to come here is that Edinburgh University is one of the best universities for informatics. Maybe even the best in the world.
We work with robots. We are also in the business of doing machine vision, and particularly we're interested in how to capture human motion and basically get it and implement it on robotic systems. So we want to make much more robust, versatile robots that can be useful to the society.
One of the things we do is we attract talent from all over the world. And that talent brings new ideas with it. And new ideas are fundamentally where you start big, new businesses. And that's one of the things we essentially inject into the system.
Well, I studied here as computer science, went on to do a PhD, and was inspired by university to go into an entrepreneurial track. I'm now in my second startup company of my own here in Edinburgh. Edinburgh's a great place to be based. We have access to superb talent, great investment, and generally it's a wonderful place to live and work.
It's a very vibrant community. I mean, within the tech sector, there's a large number of little startups, there's some major companies, there's some good sources of financing, people who've been there and done it before, so you get talent that you can draw from. There's a very strong angel financing community, there's a very strong financial services sector, so it's a good environment to play in.
Of course, one of the other great attractions of Edinburgh is the number of research facilities that are located around the city, such as the Roslin Institute and the Research Triangle, and facilities out at Bush, which attract many high-tech and biotech companies.
Well, Edinburgh has very wide and deep roots in science. You know, from Dolly the sheep in life sciences, that's a world first, to the fundamental areas of physics with the Higgs boson. You know, Higgs was from here, from the wide range of activities we have within informatics. So that gives us a very good background and depth.
I think there is actually something special about the city as well. I think that kind of ethos of the Enlightenment, when people were starting to think about science rather differently and so on, it's still sort of there.
So Edinburgh really is the future of business, you know, within the historic context of all the great culture that we have here and the history we have here.
On a more personal note, I find Edinburgh a perfect size in terms of raising family. Culturally, it's very rich, and I think that is one of the reasons, having stayed in other cities like Tokyo and Los Angeles, while these cities have their own charms and benefits, Edinburgh brings everything together nicely.
After I graduate, I would definitely like to live here. I might actually continue to postgraduate studies. I really like this school and what we're doing here. It really gives me a sense that I have the opportunity to change the world.
Edinburgh is a historical city.
Great fun, great people.
Edinburgh is stunningly beautiful.
Happening and exciting.
It's not difficult to convince people they're going to come up here and spend a day to look at propositions, interact with people, and do business here. You can find most of the elements you'll need to help grow your business.